Well, first of all, I've got to say, man, does it feel good to get out and drive. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, I am driving my Tacoma today for the first time in probably 2 weeks to test out the carrier bearing drop and the new shift knob. I can show you that right there, that new shift knob down there. So we have an essential run today. Got to run to the post office, so I'm bringing you guys with me, and we're going to see how it is to drive the Tacoma with this new carrier bearing and my new shift knob. Hey, it's the new normal. If you're out in public, you got to wear one of these. So I am. Anyway, it's my first real drive in the truck. Let's get this crazy thing off. You don't have to have one on when you're in your car by yourself, apparently. But it's my first drive in the truck of any distance, of any consequence, recently. There, we were blasting some music. And I gotta say, I have missed it. I have missed it so much. But I wanted to kind of test out a few things in the Tacoma, and I thought I'd bring you guys along with me, like the new shift knob that I've got in, which I love, by the way. Love the color, love the weight. Talk about that more in a minute. And the carrier bearing drop that I did recently. You know, I didn't have much of a chance to test it, just a little bit around the neighborhood. So this is my first real foray out into the real world at varying speeds, as high as 55, I guess, to see how that thing feels. And we're going to be up to that speed here in just a couple minutes, so I'll give you my impressions of that. But let's talk about the new shift knob. It is a weighted shift knob. I believe it weighs, I can't really remember, something like 900 grams or something like that. I don't know what the conversion is, but it's pretty heavy. I mean, it is by far, I would say, probably the heaviest shift knob that I've had, maybe ever, in any vehicle. And I love weighted shift knobs, especially in a transmission that's not quite as smooth, let's just say, as others, because it kind of helps with the throws a little bit. You know, once you get that momentum going, and I know it's just a little bit, right? But once you get that momentum going, the weight of the shift knob kind of helps carry it through. It just improves the shifting or the throw experience, I guess. Makes it seem a little more effortless and even a little bit smoother. Now, some of you might ask, why did I change? You know, I had the other shift knob on here before. And frankly, I wanted originally a ball shift knob, but I couldn't find exactly the right one. So I came across the other knob that I had in here, and I liked it. I liked the blue accenting in it. I liked the shape of it, although not as much as a ball type shift knob. So that's kind of why I changed. I found the right color. You know, they call this candy blue, and I think it complements the voodoo blue on the truck quite well. So that's kind of the reason why. But very happy with it. No plans to change that out. I did go with a little extension on the actual shift rod, if you will, to be able to tie that all together and give it a factory look. And I think I've succeeded there. I think it looks pretty darn slick. So anyway, there is a video on the channel about that if you want to check that out. So let's talk about the carrier bearing drop. If you didn't see the video, you know, I had an old man emu, they call it. I think it actually is out of Australia, if I'm not mistaken, or at least it originally was. But an old man emu carrier bearing drop kit. And I got that originally to put on my 2018 Tacoma. Just because I had heard that you might need to do it with a lift. So I got it to be prepared. It doesn't cost that much. I think it's around 20 bucks or something like that. So I got it just in anticipation of having to put it in my 2020. Well, as it turns out, I didn't have any issues with the lift in that truck. I didn't have any vibrations or anything crazy, so I never put it in. Well, then I got this truck. This is the 2020, of course. And as many of you may know, I had some bouncing issues and I don't know, just didn't feel right to me. I don't know. So I changed the wheels and tires. That took care of the bouncing issues. And then I thought, well, you know, I have this kit, so I'm just going to go ahead and install it. I can use it on this one as well. So I did, and there is a video on the channel. I'll leave a link down below about that as well. But it's a simple thing to do. You know, if it takes you more than 15 minutes, you probably should have hired it done. I'm just saying, it's very easy to do. And what it is, it's a shim, 2 shims actually, that just go between the carrier bearing bracket and the mounting point for the shaft. And you just loosen one side, loosen the other, stick it in, and it gives you, I believe it's an 8mm drop, or it's 8 millimeters thick. And that's all there is to it. Pretty darn simple. Not, like I said, not a lot of effort in doing it. And well worth it to me, just for peace of mind, if nothing else. And what it's supposed to do, a lot of people have said they've experienced vibration after doing a lift. Now, I really can't say either way. If I was experiencing any kind of vibration, I never noticed, but it would be hard to tell with the bounciness that the truck had before I changed out the wheels and tires. And by the way, it wasn't the wheels that was causing that, it was the tires, I think. Just a bad set of tires, or a set that had gone bad after sitting for a while. I don't know. But that took care of the bouncing problem. As you guys can tell, I'm not sitting here, you know, I'm not bouncing around in the truck, so everything's golden there. But anyway, it's supposed to take care of any vibration that you might have because of changing the angle of the shaft. I mean, if you're going to raise your truck, you're going to change that angle a little bit. This is an attempt, I guess, to try to get it back to, maybe factory or OEM angle so that you don't have that problem. And that's kind of why I put it in, just as a precaution, I guess, in case I needed to do it. Again, simple thing to do, and you're not changing the geometry, you know, so substantially that, you know, you're going to cause yourself a problem. I don't think, anyway, even if you didn't need it. So one more thing I'll say about that is there is a lot of literature out there, a lot of belief that if you don't go above a 4-inch lift, you really don't need to do it. So take that for what it's worth, I guess. I think if you change the geometry at all, it can't hurt but to go ahead and put it in. So how does it feel? Well, like I said, I'm out here, I'm driving around. The truck feels smooth, very smooth. Which is pretty cool. I mean, it is still a truck. It's not like I'm driving a Cadillac or a Lexus or something, don't get me wrong. But it does feel very smooth, and I'm very happy with the way it feels right now. Very happy. It feels probably better than my 2018 did, and I'm driving a stick. So if that's any testament, I guess, as to the effectiveness of having proper tires, tires that don't have an issue, and potentially this carrier bearing drop, then it's golden. I'm happy with it. Should have done both from the start, I guess, and then I wouldn't have had any negative feelings, I guess, from the beginning. Anyway, kind of wanted to get on here. Like I say, I feel like I've been released. You know, I now can get out in the world. They've released some of the restrictions here. So I can get out, drive a little bit, and that is awesome. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Let me know, what do you think? How's it going in your area? Are you free? Are you able to get out and drive? Leave a comment down below. I'd be curious to hear. Also, if you haven't before, and you'd like to, check out my other channel. It's all about the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. And again, don't forget to click that notification bell, so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.